Hi there, you are watching CNN Money Switzerland. I'm Ana Maria Montero. It is Thursday, the 11th of June, and these are your headlines this evening. Starting tonight right here in Switzerland, where the Swiss Parliament today approved a draft bill to legalize same-sex marriage. The National Council voted 132 to 52 in favor of the Marriage for All initiative, which would also pave the way for joint adoption and allow access to sperm donation for lesbian couples. The bill still needs to go to the Council of States, where, if approved, it will be sent to the ballot box for a referendum. And the European Commission has urged its member states to start lifting internal border restrictions from next Monday, June the 15th. However, it wants to extend the ban on external travel into the bloc for more than 2 weeks until the 1st of July. The EU's executive arm says states should draw up a common list of countries outside the bloc for which entry should be allowed based on the health situation there. Switzerland will also lift border restrictions with Germany, France, and Italy as of next Monday. International trade will slump by 27% in the second quarter and by 20% in 2020 due to the pandemic. That's according to the UN Conference for Trade and Development's latest outlook. Among the worst hit sectors are the automotive and energy industries, which have collapsed from the effects of the crisis. Looking at markets, global stocks were also rattled today after a somber economic outlook from the U.S. Federal Reserve yesterday. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said that the economic future was highly uncertain and will keep the rates near zero through 2022 in an effort to boost corporate bottom lines and stocks. The DAX, CAC 40, and FTSE were all trading down by more than 2%, and the SMI here in Switzerland also took a hit, falling by more than 1%. And the Swiss stock exchange operator SIX has completed its acquisition of Spanish rival BME for 2.7 billion Swiss francs. The deal was first announced in November last year and will help give SIX a foothold in the European Union. Digital conferences, breakout tools, and social distancing. The World Economic Forum's annual meeting in Davos 2020 will look very different. Olivier Schwab, Managing Director, spoke to Olivia Chang.
The WEF meeting in Davos has become a staple of the Swiss resort town. Just give us a quick overview of the biggest changes and basically what not to expect in the 2021 Davos meeting.
Well, we will be able to innovate significantly in 2021. And as I just mentioned, we've gained quite some experience now with moving our programs to virtual interactions. And so for us, it's a unique opportunity to blend the virtual and the physical interactions with some of our partners and members present on location and many more joining in remotely. We'll also have 400 hubs of our global shapers, who are young people all over the world, who we cannot have physically present, not all of them, simply because of the physical limitations, but who will be able to join the conversations online.
Now, the World Economic Forum has built up a reputation of a lot of physical networking taking place on the sidelines. What is going to be the place of this when so much of the content can just be viewed from our living room?
Yeah, so it's a good question. So, I think Davos is a point in time, and it's a point in time where we take stock of what we've done through the year with our partners and members and prepare the agenda for the next year. Now, of course, a large component of that is also the getting together physically. And what we found now is that, after two to 3 months of lockdown, there's a high demand for getting back together physically and for having these interactions. So that's why we announced this Twin Summit, which is part physical, part virtual, so that we can we can meet again in a way which is safe, secure, and serious. But we also have the technology today that allow us to, in the virtual space, have this interactivity, right? So you have, for example, breakout tools on video conferences. So you can have smaller groups get together and have a serious discussion, and then they can get back together in the larger group.
Now, your proposition essentially is that by going virtual, you can bring more voices into the conversation. But if we look at the flip side, logistically, how would this even work if you have 50 people on a call, 100 people on a call? It's already hard enough to manage people in a room, but then having all of this virtually, how will you have all these effective conversations?
So we are still designing that and learning what the best way of doing that will be. What I can say is that these past 2 months, where we've shifted all of our programming to virtual interactions, we've gained tremendous learning on how you design an online program, how people interact online, which is very different than when you come together physically. And so this learning allows us to create now a summit where we can have that blend. And, I don't know yet exactly how it's going to work, but one could imagine a session where you have, say, 50 people present in a room, and then you have a number of people joining in online. And what's new here is that we can really allow the people joining in online interact with those who are present in the room with all the tools that we have available today.
What is going to be the impact of a potentially reduced or downsized WEF on the WEF income, and what are the conversations looking right now with the local and federal authorities?
So if we look at the situation as of today, we expect that there will be some distancing measures put in place to ensure that we can have a safe annual meeting for everyone. So it's likely that the scale might be reduced a little bit from previous years, which may have a temporary impact on the local economy. But of course, we expect to come back in subsequent years. So I see it as temporary. For the forum itself, look, as I mentioned, we have 1,000 large multinationals who are members and partners of the forum. Some of them are in great difficulty. Some industries are struggling right now, and we're assessing the impact that this may have. But for the time being, I would say our partnership is really strong and has shown a lot of support, particularly also in the themes which we continue to drive forward around sustainability, inclusion, and how are we going to rebuild or reset this world, and our partners want to be a part of that conversation.
The WA de Vigier Foundation picked 10 top Swiss startups for 2020 out of 200 applicants and awarded 5 of them with a big check. The event took place in CNN Money Switzerland's Zurich studios. Let's take a listen.
These are the top 10 Swiss startups according to De Vigier. The Solothurn-based foundation picked them from over 200 applications. The top 5 received a check of 100,000 Swiss francs. And the first prize went to EH Group Engineering.
I can't believe this, that we started from the very beginning, first time we applied. And it's been an incredible journey. We learned quite a lot. I was a big honor to be here. And as I said, it wouldn't happen without the team.
Give me a very quick pitch of what you do, a very, very short pitch.
So it's about climate change, and the idea is to reduce the carbon dioxide, and we're using hydrogen as a fuel, as an alternative fuel for the fossil fuels.
Another startup that made it to the top 10 was RIA.
Our solution is women-oriented. We are trying to improve the lives of pregnant women worldwide. We are replacing unnecessary hospital stays and overtreatment with medications with a home monitoring solution. And I'm quite thrilled that such a technology that is oriented to women healthcare is getting the recognition that it needs. We are striving to bring this product to the hands of its users.
And Bloom Biorenewables not only won 5th place, but as Jeannette de Vigier insists,
you got the public prize. I want to congratulate you. Don't forget to take it away with you. Congratulations. We're very happy for you. Well done.
We see a lot of very good projects. Then we look closer and we see, well, there is maybe a good team, but there is no leader. And from our experience, it's so important to have a leader. Even it's a team, but one has to be the leader and one has to become the entrepreneur. And that's what we are looking for. And even after this prize celebration, the work goes on. So people, the prize-winning people, but also the nominees, they will stay in our network, and we try to develop and to help them, to get them in our network, to give them really the support they need.
The ceremony took place in the studios of CNN Money Switzerland, as a bigger event wasn't possible due to the COVID-19 rules. Tanja König, CNN Money Switzerland.
And that's it for tonight. You can catch up on all of our content on our website. cnnmoney.ch is the place to go. And of course, stay in touch with us via all of our social media platforms. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and we look forward to seeing you the next time.